Hello, big man. So, you want to start your social journey, right? Well, I'm going to give you a few action steps right now because I made a couple mistakes, and those things, they kind of elongated the journey. Now, it's been 3 months since I started this journey of meeting a lot of people, becoming a very charismatic dude, and being very social, also becoming comfortable around girls and being able to speak to them very easily as well, and surrounding myself with the 5 people who'll change my future. So, let's get into it. First thing you have to understand is you need an image in mind, right? So you need to know who you're going to become. And you might want to take this to its fucking extremes of this dude must be able to bring value to everyone he meets the first time he meets them. Okay, that's just not realistic. Logically, realism. Logic, realism is what you need to implement here. You can become a billionaire one day, right? But you can't impress and please everybody all at once. Okay, you also got to think about yourself when you make this image. You might want to be the guy who brings value to everyone he meets and is extremely charismatic and bubbly. But what about you? Okay, you also want to be surrounded by people. So this is more of a setting rather than just you as a person. So you're the type of guy who surrounds himself with other people who feed him while he feeds them, and it's just like a constant feedback loop of energy. You guys are very charismatic and social and bring value to everyone you meet and inspire them just with your presence and energy. That's a fucking great image to have in your mind. Steal that if you want to be very good at talking. But now once you have the image, you need the action. Okay, so we've defined where you want to go in life. Okay, who you want to become. But here's the kicker. Here's something you would never know. No one tells you this crap, right? You don't know who the hell you are. You don't know where you stand, man. You don't know that you are actually on the lowest level of the entire circus. How So here's what happens. Once you have this image in your mind and you start taking action, you act through the image. You think this is you, but it's not. And you got to make yourself understand this by being fucking rejected hard. Because if you're not rejected, you'll never know that you are not that guy. You're just not him. Not yet. Okay? So now, this is step 2. It's called taking fucking action. So you're gonna meet 3 people a day on the weekdays at least. If you go to school, you go to university, you go to work. I don't know. You're gonna meet 3 people. It's like, hey, what's your name? Just get their name. Okay, you can get the number as well, but that's not that important. As I saw as well, numbers don't really mean too much in this game. It's just the name that matters. And if you want to meet up afterwards, sure, get the number. But just get a name. 3 names a day for the rest of your fucking career here, wherever you are, school or university or job, shot. That'll do wonders. And as you try and go further with these people and become their friends, you will notice little rejections in your ideal person you're trying to be. So you have this image in your mind, and the people are not reacting to that image the way you wanted them to react. Okay? You will be delusional for a bit and think, hey, I'm all cool. I'm that guy. Yeah. But you're not that guy. And you need to realize this and tell it to yourself when you see these rejections. I am not this dude. Fuck, who am I? I'm down here. I'm on the floor. And I want to be better. When you have these 2 points in your mind, who you are right now and who you want to become, you can finally make a fucking line, okay? You can't make a line with 1 dot. You got to have 2 dots before you can make the line, right? So that's what we're going to do. And that'll be your fucking journey. Otherwise, you'll just be like right here. You'll have a goal in mind, but you won't know where you're going. You'll just go fucking anywhere because you think you're already the goal, bro, even though you're not. Anyway, step 3. This will be now that you know who you are, you have a goal in mind, and you're taking action. Just ride. Ride it, bro. Okay. Constantly iterate on the things you're doing. What you're going to do is you're going to be taking action every day, but I want you to do this thing called deliberate practice. So you think about a tennis player. He just jumps onto the tennis courts first time, doesn't know what he's doing, And then he hits the ball and it's bad and doesn't go anywhere. And it's like, okay, he goes down, writes in a book, what could I do better? Maybe if I hit the ball over the fucking, you know, tennis net, I'll actually get some job done. So he tries until he gets that right. And it's like, okay, how did I get it right? He writes that down. Okay, that's what you're going to do. You're going to see your failures and you're going to see your successes and you're going to mark down the successes and be like, how did I get that right? Oftentimes, if you have this image in your mind already about like this person you want to become, this goal set in motion, then you will automatically notice your successes and work with them. Okay. But having yourself writing it down is also, it will also really help. Introspection is very important. If you don't have introspection, if you don't have this sort of understanding about what you're doing, it'll be a lot more difficult to improve. This is a fucking catalyst for your social journey. I know it doesn't seem like it because it's you. You're focusing on yourself and not other people, but you need to focus on yourself in order to bring value to other people. Shot. Third thing now, which ties into fourth thing that ties into the third thing I just said here about introspection and deliberate practice. It will be authenticity. Now, authenticity is key. Authenticity is key. But what we see here as authenticity in other people is actually not authenticity of the actions they're doing. It's authenticity of the intention. It's authenticity of the purpose of the actions they're doing. So you need to be authentic about the why. The why are you doing this stuff? Are you doing this stuff because you want to speak to more girls? You might think so, but say, why do I want to speak to more girls? Because I'm lonely. So it's not about speaking to girls, it's about speaking to people, right? But why are you lonely? Because I don't have people I can console in. So it's not just about speaking to people, it's about getting people who you can console in around you. That's what it's about. And when you have the right purpose, when you have the right intention, then you can make the right action steps. You can have the right intentions when you're trying to act. Okay, so that ties into the deliberate practice. That is a hellishly important step. Okay, authenticity of purpose, not action. And when you have authenticity of your purpose and the intentions of what you do, your authenticity of action just bubbles through you because you know exactly why you're there. Okay. Yeah, that's practically everything summed up. If I had this guide right here, right now, when I first started my journey, I'd probably get there in a fucking month rather than 3. Okay. A little caveat: it took me to meet 200 people before I met someone who was above my level, but not like completely above. He was very like kind and good to me, and he had all the traits I wanted in a person, and he was similar minded. This is the first ever time I met him was after meeting 200 people. So it's going to take some time, but you could get lucky as well. So you want to find people like that, right? Bring them value by being supportive and being enthusiastic and bringing energy into the conversation, and you'll find out that that's what you want to do through writing about it and realizing this is my purpose, this is why I'm here. Everyone has a different purpose when it comes to socializing with others. Some people really just want to talk to girls, bro. They're like, I love that feminine vibe they give off, right? That's what I'm here for, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to socialize. Other people are here to work, and so their whole purpose of meeting others is to work with them to a certain goal. Okay, that's not my purpose either. I just want to meet people and be surrounded with cool guys. That's what I want to do. That's my purpose here. I want to improve my communication skills for the future. So fucking finding out what your purpose is very important, and I can't really tell you anything else about that. But being enthusiastic is something that I have seen as a fucking life hack for socializing. If you're an enthusiastic person, enthusiastic in the way you listen to others, I'm so excited for what you're about to say, bro. Just say it. Just say it. I'm ready to listen. Oh, that is so interesting. That's enthusiastic listening, and you would say that not with your mouth, but with your expressions. Okay, enthusiastic talking and expression is very important to perk up people's fucking brains. When I speak to a dude who's like on his phone all slouched, right, and then I get enthusiastic about speaking to him, all of a sudden, after like 5 minutes of talking, he's now sitting upright and he's like, he puts his phone away and he's like, yeah, okay, and then he's literally, I changed this guy's day just by being energetic. So enthusiasm is a fucking life hack when it comes to socializing. If you have it, you bring value very easily. So that being said, sum it up. Number one is have an idea in mind about who you want to be. Number two is take action and be rejected so that you understand where you are at right now so you can make the line and the direction like properly. And number three is deliberate practice. Write about your successes and what you can learn from your failures. Okay, and if you have that image in mind anyway and you already know where you're at right now, this will happen automatically. And number four is your why, your authentic why. What are you doing this for? What is your intention? Okay. And bonus point number five, enthusiasm. Fucking life hack. You just bring value so fucking easily to everyone around you. So, that being said, hope you enjoyed this video. This is actually quite fun to make. I like this format. If you have any comments or any like fucking thoughts on what I just said to you, tell me about it, bro. I want to hear your story, bro. Are you a social guy as well? Let's find out, man. Let's find out. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. This one's quite long anyway, so see ya. Bye bye.